last couple of days certainly have been good for the markets. Going back to last week, we had a very strong rally all of last week. But market was sloppy yesterday, but did actually finish on the upside just a bit by yesterday's close. But here's what you need to know before the bell this morning. Markets, as I said, closed up above the 50-day moving average yesterday. That's good news. And again, we're still trying to hold that for right now. Now, this morning, futures are a little bit weak. Not surprising. Markets have gone very far very quickly here. So a little bit of a sell-off here, a little bit of a retest of support example. It won't be surprising. Now, again, we could break back below this 50-day moving average. That's okay. That wouldn't be a shocking endeavor here at any stretch of the imagination. We have the 20-day moving average starting to turn up here as well. So again, we're starting to put a little momentum back into the markets. If this market continues to kind of stay within this range for right now, that wouldn't be a surprising event after such a big move in such a very, very short period of time. But importantly, the market, continues to just kind of trade within this current trading range right now. We've been in this downtrend now ever since really kind of July. Markets have traded from the bottom to the top of that range numerous times. We're back at the top of that range. So again, we could see this market pull back here a bit, as we kind of migrate here towards Thanksgiving. Now, the market performance going into Thanksgiving historically tends to be a little bit sloppy. After we get through Thanksgiving, through Black Friday, through Thanksgiving, through the holiday, markets tend to reassess. We typically have a bit of a rally in the last week of November, first week of December. So again, we could see this market pull back a bit and then rally heading into December. And then, of course, once we get into early December, you typically have a little bit of sell-off in the second and third week of December heading into Christmas because mutual funds are having to distribute capital gains and interest and income, dividends, etc. So they have to sell positions to make those distributions. Market tends to be a little bit weak for those 2 weeks. And then, of course, they have to reposition for the end of the year for reporting purposes to make sure they have all the right stocks on their books. So you have that window dressing, and that's the Santa Claus rally. What we're looking for here, and if we're going to have a better tone set for the markets going into the end of the year, we need a bit of a breakout to the upside of this trend channel. As long as if we can get out of this trend channel, that would be positive. So again, if we can have this bit of a pullback and then set a higher low, which would give us a bit of a positive divergence. And again, this is all ifs at the moment. This is what we're looking for to confirm that we're getting a little bit more bullish market to trade with. We want to see this kind of setup here where the market is looking to start working its way higher, at least in the short term. Now, a failure, if the markets do come back down here, take out the 200-day moving average, we're going to have a retest of that recent low. So again, there's certainly risk to the downside, and we don't want to negate that at all. But what we're hoping for here is going into the end of the year, markets are still oversold. We still don't have a real negative catalyst at the moment for the markets. Things are kind of holding in there. Earnings have been good. So if we're looking for an end of the year rally, this is where the market needs to start putting that together as we start to see the last couple of months of this year start to kind of form out. So again, this is kind of the setup that we've got at the moment. It's, again, just kind of trade this from day to day right now. There's certainly risk here. One thing that we had talked about before we actually got this rally week before last was if we got this rally, use that to rebalance your portfolio, reduce risk, whatever you need to do. Yesterday, we did some rebalancing in our portfolio. We trimmed back on Apple. We added to Google, Microsoft, and some others in our portfolios that have been stronger performers. So again, doing some of that rebalancing work in your portfolio certainly makes some sense here after such a strong run last week. That's what you need to know before the bell this morning.